Welcome back to West Ham Orange United for the player ratings show. This is, we're going to rate the players. Burnley 1, West Ham United 2. We move up to 5th, Matt. Absolutely fantastic. Everything's, I know, I mean, the Champions League perhaps still on. I don't know what's going on.
We've kept ourselves in it. That's all we can do. Every time we can pick up another 3 points, it just keeps us in the fight, you know. That's all you can ask for, is that we keep going. And, you know, we've been saying for a while now, we've got 10 cup finals left, 7, 8, 6. We're like, just go for it, you know. If we lose, we win. And boys literally chuck everything but the kitchen sink at it last night from the off.
He did. It was strange. It was strange, wasn't it? That starting lineup, none of us expected it.
No.
It was a bit of the reverse of normal. He usually holds back some of the players, but he just chucked them all on there, except Jared Bowen. They were all chucked on there. Let's see who's in the chat. Freshfielder, can't wait for the weekly fix from Jake. I might love the show. Still buzzing. I think we all are. I think we all are still buzzing from that. Right. Let's scroll down. Right. You can tell Stell's in tonight. Massive working -5, Jake -10 for being late. I was just making sure the banners were all ready.
Right, late because Stell deleted all our stuff, so you know. Still went around and messed with all the bits and deleted stuff that deleted, so we had to redo it.
I know. Right, I'm not even going to put what he said about Anton in there because it's just completely unnecessary. Right, we'll move on. We will move on to start the player ratings. Firstly, Luca, I knew you were going to do it. Oh dear, well, you're messing things up now. You've got me messed up. But anyway, Lucas Fabianski, let's start with him. An okay game. He pulled off a fantastic save in that kind of goal mouth scramble. I don't know how they didn't score from that, but a decent game coming back from him. I mean, there was a few doubters after the Newcastle game, but back to his good old self, isn't he, Matt?
Look, we've said this for a while now. Fabianski always has a bad game in him, and that's why he never made it as a top goalkeeper. Because to be like a top, should we say, like a greedy 6 goalkeeper, because they're not the big 6 anymore, you can't have those mistakes. You just can't have them. They can't afford it because you might not do any goalkeeping for 90 minutes. You have that one thing you've got to be able to switch on and save it, and that was Fabianski's downfall. But playing at a step down, a team from a step down from that, is great. As involved in the game, you make saves, and every now and again he'll make a mistake. He didn't, and he was solid. He made a big save from Brownhill in the second half, and then Soufal saved him out. His kicking's always not great, but then again, I thought his kicking was actually better than Pope's, and that's probably the reason why Pope's not England's number 1. His goalkeeping's awful. But look, Fabianski, good saves, some good deals, some crosses, a couple of good punches out, played out quite well from the back. You know, actually passing it out rather than kicking it long. I gave him a 7.
Yeah,
He was reliable.
We had the players on the pitch to play it out from the back as it like, and I was like, sometimes just hoof it up. It's just in your instincts. Don't mess around with it at the back. I was like, we're not good enough for this. Don't mess around with it at the back. But we didn't get caught for it. But we will give Fabianski a 7. I think that's fair. I think what's coming in the comments is pretty much 7. 7 for Fabianski. Got a hand to the pen. He did. Fabianski 7. All the 7s. Fabianski 8. Yes, we've broke the 7. We've broke the 7. I don't know what you want to call it. Freshfielder says Fabianski 7. Great save in the Rodriguez. Yeah. And Nelly had the penalty too. I like the word melee. Yeah. it was just, I don't know what you call it. That kind of that, I don't know what you call it. Just goal mouth scramble that they had.
Scramble, wasn't it?
Still don't know how they scored, and still thankful I had my cushion there, and I was like, please don't score some of them corners at the end. But overall, a pretty good night for the defence, I think, and we will start on the right. Mr. Reliable himself, Vladimir Soufal. Defended well, put some fantastic crosses into the box, low and hard. And yeah, a really good performance again from him.
Well, you know what? I've been harsh in recent weeks, and Maybe because we've still played. Maybe because it's still so recent. Because normally recently we've been playing early. We've had a few days for the ratings show, so I've had time to join it today. It's still quite reactionary, but I'm giving him an 8.
I thought it was good.
brilliant.
Yeah.
His set piece delivery just continues to get better, and I keep saying he's up there with the most consistent right backs in the league. And 5 million now looks like an absolute steal. You know, no point now you have to worry about that position. You just know he's there. He's got it sorted.
Yeah, I feel we knew it was a steal straight away from perhaps even the first game, that Leicester game. He just looked class, and he's looked class forever since. He just keeps on going, and he is that reliable man. That's sure. Right, so we're going 9, 8. That's 9's coming in. 9. 9. Soufal 8 for me. Says Gary. Soufal 9. Soufal 9. Yeah. I mean, we don't get many. We don't get many 9s in. I mean, it's usually Matt goes for an 8 or a 10 with Jesse Lingard. But yeah, a fantastic performance. Put some fantastic crosses in, and a very good performance from him. Right, it's time to rate my man, Big Craig Dawson. Firstly, Mandy says Soufal would have said 6 because he did make a few mistakes, but gets a 7 for his offensive play. It's a little harsh, but yeah. He put some fantastic crosses in. Right, let's rate the big man, Craig Dawson. I feel like, especially in the first 25 minutes, I think he carried Diop. I thought Diop, we'll get onto him, but it wasn't great. But a good performance coming back, put the haters back, and it's that man, Craig Dawson. You
know what? I've given him a solid 7.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? He's actually looked like he was getting back to his better form again. It's almost like that red card on the week out has given him a bit of time to refocus, re-energize. I don't know. He looked better. It was kind of poignant at the fact that no matter what, no matter, they were playing the direct football, but no matter which way they were playing it, which centre forward they were playing it to, whether it was Wood or Vidra or Rodriguez, whoever was on the pitch at the time, they all pulled onto Diop. They all tried Dawson once or twice and went, you know what, I don't fancy any of that, and they went the other side because they just won't get anything out of him. I give him a 7. I think he probably could get back up to those consistent 8s again. Might maybe just run out of time, maybe not games left in the season, but he had a very good game. He made some good clearances, important blocks, good heading. And alongside Soufal, they looked a really solid partnership down that right-hand side of the defence. Yeah, I completely agree. Back to where he was, as you said before, the rash red card. Right, I can see you chuckling at something. But let's take some comments then. I've just flipped it off. Hang on, let me get it up. No, Matt, you don't have to pay these ratings out yourself. All right, this is opinion. Please remember to get your ratings in, certainly. Yeah, I thought I would have personally gave him an 8, but I mean, there's some high rates. People are being generous tonight. 8, 9, Dawson 8. Toby says 9. Let's not forget, without him, it's 2-2. Completely agree. That goalmouth brilliant clearance off the line. Yeah,
it did. It probably won us 2 points in that game. Dawson's.
Diop.
Oh, we're going for the 0.5. Here we go. The first 0.5 of the night.
0.5s.
8, 7, 8. Yeah, a good performance. So many comments coming in. A solid 7. And yes, we're getting names for each other now. Toby the Spanner Sampson. Yeah. He controlled that defense yesterday, and I feel he carried this Diop very, very well. Without his, I was hoping that he was going to get back to his best with his favoured partner of Angelo Ogbonna there. He did it just as well with no hate on Dawson. Oh, it's the second 6.5 and a 9. The 0.5s are racking in. No points tell.
Mandy knows.
Yeah.
Mandy knows. No points.
Mandy knows. It's straight on the nose. It's straight on the nose. But his centre back partner maybe lately called in because of an injury to Angelo Ogbonna. But let's rate it's a Diop. what do you think of Diop's performance? Probably the worst out of the back line.
Yeah, see, I've given him. I'll go 6. I'll give him a 6. I was going between a 5 and a 6. I'll be honest. I give him a 6. I thought, and I said it on the halftime review, the halftime show yesterday. He was the weak link. He was, and I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand. Does he have, like? So I think Stell made the comment he's got vertigo or something. Like, those high balls, they weren't even like good. I don't want to disrespect the players that were playing in the past by saying they weren't good balls, but they weren't Kevin De Bruyne through balls. They weren't Paul Pogba's or Bruno Fernandes's. They were literally just an instep down the line to bend him, like in the general area behind centre back. And Diop in that first half could not handle him. The second half, he really stepped up and he seemed to get to grips with it better. I don't know what that first half like. I don't know if someone had a word at half time, but he gave away the penalty for one of those balls over the top, and then they played the same ball. Yeah, we went 2-1 up. They done the same thing, and again, Chris Wood flicked it over his head. Then he went over that time, went over Fabianski, and Dawson cleared it off the line. Second half, he stepped up. You know, if he hadn't been for the second half, I probably would have given him a 5. But I'd give him an extra point for the way he played in the second half. But if they were going to get a goal in that first half, it was coming down through Diop. Second half, he got it together. I don't know if Dawson communicated more, stepped up better, but he was definitely the weak link in that first half. So 6.
Not the best first half, but he definitely stepped it up in the second half, that's for sure. And he put in some good headers and good clearances away. Freshfielder says the opposite's weakest link in the first half, very much better in the second. Diop had massive headers, but some mistakes. P.S. He made the team of the week, did he? What? God, I'd put if it was the choice out of Dawson or Diop. I think I like Dawson, but I mean, I thought Dawson was better. I thought Dawson was better than him. I'm going to be honest. Irish Tommy, hope you well. And this will be controversial, but I'm giving him a 7. Yes, he had a couple of wobbly moments in the first half, but he has sorted himself out and cleared lots of balls throughout the game. Yeah, he did in the second half. He cleared a lot of vital balls out of the way. Anton's going to drop to a 7. And Anton's also not liking what Stell said. Agreed, Manny Dawson, I would have suffered without Diop in the second half. I don't know. I thought Dawson was the better of the two. Tinted glasses on Dawson, Jake. No, he had a very good second half, and he was very crucial in that second half. But he cost us a goal, I think, and he nearly cost us a second one. But he definitely stepped it up in the second half.
And Dawson bowed him out.
And he did. That's for sure. Right, we'll move on to the last man in the defence. Coming back from injury, and it was much needed to see him back as well, Aaron Cresswell. Not bad for first game back from injury, Matt.
No, and I made the point in the live stream. If you go back and watch the second goal, but it was all from Benrahma, but because we had a natural left footer playing on the left hand side, Cresswell made the overlap, and the guy, I think it was Brownhill or Loughton that was defending against Benrahma, and he got sucked away because of Cresswell's run past him, and that let him put the ball in. He makes, to be fair, I think he's in his best form since that last season at Upton Park. Like, his best form he's had in years.
Yeah.
But he makes such a difference. Like, that left foot, just to have someone that's got a good left-footed delivery on that left-hand side, it literally gives you another option. And they know you can't just cut inside or go down the right-hand side. Crosses will come in. I gave him 7. I thought he was really solid.
Yeah.
I thought, he had an excellent return. It was good fitness for him, good organisation. Played defensively well, put some good balls in. It was a good all-round performance for him.
Still sitting on the fence again with a 0.5. They're coming in tonight. We don't usually have many of them, but they're coming in tonight. Let's scroll down. So we're going 8. Stell said 8.5. 8, 7. Cresswell 8, calm and composed. I'm glad we have him back. Yeah, very good to see him back off. Just to have a left footer on the left side helped massively. Cresswell 8 may have been his best game of the season. Pressed on the ball and moved it forward quickly. He did. Cresswell 7, everything well. Yeah, a good solid 7/8 performance on his return from injury. Cresswell 8.73 out of 10. Matt's gonna stick to his whole numbers, but but you do
that's
what you
another
like.
level of decimal points. That's not just the one decimal point. That is
6.5 to 7. Oh, taking a mick now. We're taking a mick.
That's even worse. You've got to at least pick one score.
Yeah, yeah. It's like next year on the player rotation. Yeah, I'm gonna give Lucas Fabianski a 4. Oh no, I mean an 8.21 out of 10. First game back and put in a great shift. 8. Yeah, he did. I completely agree, John. Absolutely fantastic. We'll move on into the midfield then, and we will start. I think he's missing his main man, but Lanzini put in a good performance. I changed mine to 8.732. Good call. Elbow cough. Yeah. Right. It's interesting to see what point decimal places you're going to give this man. We're going to rate Thomas Soucek next. He did quite well, I thought, Matt, but he's missing his main man.
Yeah, I mean, he was. Some said it was rash. I think it was unlucky. He had to try and commit to get something on that for the penalty. Once Diop let him inside him, Soucek was like, I've got to try and get something on this. And in fairness, he was late. He did miss it. It was a penalty. Can't really argue against it. But considering there was so much attacking flair on the pitch, I thought he did a good job front of the back four. And then again, I just saw a stat before we came on. I can't remember how many teams. I think it was like 11 teams. I think he's had like more aerial clearances this weekend than 11 Premier League teams had actually totaled in their games. He had 17 aerial clearances, which was more than Burnley's whole team put together in the game. So it shows you how much we're under pressure and how well we did. So I think a 7's fair. I think you said he's definitely missing Rice. We've really seen in the last couple of weeks a lot more of a defensive job from Soucek. We used to see in the box to box, but he's had to sit deep. He's doing the job.
Yeah,
I give him a solid 7.
Yeah. Soucek solid 8. I think 8's what's coming in the chat, but Freshfielder says 7. Won pretty much everything in the air. 17 duels. I saw that stat on Twitter that I think all of the club's aerial duels won, and Soucek has got the most. And I mean, that's a full team, and that's just one player. Absolutely outstanding in the middle of the park. Soucek 7 did what he does without standing out. Yeah, I agree. 7 did his job. He had about 4 shots at goal, but I can't remember any of them. 8s and 7s are what's coming in. Scott says Soucek 8 simply because he had a very different role than usual. No major errors, never a penalty, never. Look at it from many angles, never. Interesting. I thought when you slowed it down in slow motion, it didn't look as bad as that when everything does, like the impact into him. I don't know.
No, but everything looks different when you play in slow motion. You know, it's like you looked at Bowen's one in slow motion in 15 frames, and it was like, yeah, he put his stud on his ankle, but wasn't a foul, was it? For me, to be honest, right? I'm saying that as we conceded the penalty. I'm like, yeah, it was a penalty. Like, if I was the other way around, if we were attacking and that didn't get given, I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, one's gone against us again. So, for me, I thought it was penalty, but I thought we had to try and commit to make the tackle.
Yeah, I agree. Irish Tommy says Soucek 8 had to stick to defending to allow Lanzini to get forward. Did an excellent job. Yeah, there was a really good dynamic going on 7 because he can do better. Yeah, I feel like he can do better, but there was a different dynamic than there is with Soucek and Noble. With Lanzini there, I thought it freshened things up a bit. It was a risk, and I think it paid off. That's for sure. Don't you think, Matt?
Look, we've said he needs Rice next to him, but We gambled. He went with one defensive player, thinking Soucek could do the job. And for the most part, he did. He did really well. Like we said that stat there that, he won 17 aerial duels this weekend. Aston Villa won 16 and Burnley won 15. So Soucek on loan yesterday won more aerial duels in the game than Burnley did combined for all their players.
Superb.
He's done a job.
Yeah.
But, we've said this the last couple of weeks with Noble in there as well, that Noble's not the same player, so he has to sit deep. I think if you're going to do that, at least with, when Lanzini come in, it gave us something else going forward. But no, he's reliable as ever. And I think one of the comments said, he's reliable without standing out and he just got on with his job. Sometimes that's what you need.
Mind you, no other West Ham player won an aerial duel apart from Soucek. Maybe. But we'll move on. We touched on him there. A fantastic performance. What are you going to rate Manuel Lanzini? 74 of you watching, get your ratings in for what you're going to give Manuel Lanzini. As we said, a gamble and it paid off. Superb performance.
I was made to eat my words yesterday, and I'll hold my hands up and say it. I have been on here for months and slated him and said, you know what, he cannot start in the Premier League team anymore. I was like, he can't do it. He hasn't got the legs or the mobility or the engine to run around in a number 10. He can't play in the Premier League team anymore. And David Moyes went, yeah, Matt, you're right, he can't play number 10, but he can play as a deep line playmaker. We'll put him next to a defensive player and let him go and play. He ran the game yesterday. He absolutely ran it. And I made this point at the end of the game on a review. It was like, would Moyes have picked that attacking team? Would Lanzini have started if Noble was fit? I don't think he would have. I don't think Moyes would have gambled on that. I think because Noble was injured and he went, I'm going to have to just go attacking. He went, who can play that way? And Lanzini come on for the last 15, 20 minutes against Chelsea and done it and looked really good. And he's coming today. He done the same thing. He got stuck in tackles as well. He got to put himself about. He didn't shy away from that. But because he was there as a holding midfielder, sitting deep and passing the ball back and spraying passes, all of a sudden we didn't have to kick it long every game. Every goal kick. Fabianski didn't always have to kick it long. He could play it out to Lanzini between the centre backs, and Lanzini was turning and playing the ball. We were passing, and that let us retain possession. I said in the review, he was the best player on the pitch. I'm giving him a 9.
Giving it a 9. He borders at 10. People are saying that he borders the 10. But we've got some stats running along the bottom of your screen for Lanzini's performance. 95% pass accuracy, 18 final third balls, 13 ball recovery, 3 long ball passes attempted and completed, and 1 big chance created. The question's got to be asked. Can't drop him, can he? I mean, it looks like Noble's going to be out for another week. Rice is coming back. He's got some decisions to make.
You know what? I said the same. Well, we spoke about this on review last night, and I did actually say he's played. I'll just give him a 9 out of 10. I said he's my man in the match last night. I still think if Rice is fit, I think if Rice goes back in because it's a different game. However, having said that, the last 3 games, and then West Brom, Southampton. West Brom, Brighton, Southampton. Was it Brighton, West Brom, Southampton?
Yeah.
In which case, most of them, especially West Brom and Brighton, they will give you more time on the ball. So then, do you go, Everton are going to be a lot better going forward, get Rice back in. However, them other 2 games, that does give you the option of maybe not playing one of Rice and Soucek and playing Lanzini in there again to let him go and pass the ball back. It gives Moyes options. And it's an option he probably didn't consider until he's forced to make it. And then he's gone, actually, that works out really well. But I thought he was the best player on the pitch yesterday, personally, for me. I thought he ran it. I thought he ran the game. But
maybe he'll do some jiggling about to try and fit him in there. Perhaps go to a 3 in midfield. I don't know. Well, it looks and sounds like Rice is going to be back next week, so he's got some decisions to make. We will just have to wait and see what Moyes does. Right, let's scroll up. Lots of 9s coming in. We've got a 10. We've got a 10. Gary's gone for a 10. And if I scroll up, there's a few more 10s. Stelz's Lanzini and nailed on 10 because I didn't even I've no idea what here we go. Lanzini and nailed on 10. I didn't even think he had it anymore. Well, he proved us all wrong, that's for sure, Stel. Lanzini 10. Considered he has been shunted, he came in and put in a foot perfect performance and linked up with the 3 offensive. He definitely did, that's for sure. He definitely did. Neil says, "Do we need another central midfielder? Now we have Lanzini back." That is an interesting debate that we could have. Who knows what Moyes will do? Caden's gone for a 9. So many comments coming in. Let's have a look. Yeah. I think he does, and it's surprising for an attacking player. He loves playing that deep role, and he thrived in that position. Scott says
Lanzini. The fact
Lanzini.
that he had all the play in front of him.
Yeah.
So he could see everything going on in front of him, and he could see where the pass should go, where it shouldn't. And when he's got players in front of him of the quality of Benrahma and Lingard and Fornals and Antonio, he knew that he could make passes and they would know where it was going and link up with it.
Yeah. Scott says Lanzini will be a great squad player when we play Champions League. I like it. I like the positivity, Scott. Did that performance save Lanzini's West Ham career?
Does it get him another year? It might get him another year. It might do.
People before yesterday wiped him off. He's out the door in the summer. Who knows?
I thought he was out the door in the summer, but then that performance yesterday may have, like you said, Jay, it may have saved him another year. It may make Moyes think. I still think we need another centre mid because I think if we're going to play 2 holding, you need at least 4 for that position, so you've got cover. But it gives you potential as one of them.
Yeah. Mandy says, didn't he play deeper at Upton Park when we had Payet, Valencia, and Sacco? Yeah. He did, Mandy. He played that position a few times, and he mixes around. I feel like we had a really good flow going. That's for sure. And as Toby says, something that after the goal against Spurs, Lanzini is unsackable. No one will ever forget that. No one will ever forget that. That's for sure. Right. So, we've had some pretty good ratings coming for him, and very, very well deserved, that's for sure. But we will move on up the pitch. But just before we do, let's test out some of this music. Let's see what's going on. Comment, like, and subscribe, all the 110 people watching. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. I didn't even click that one on. I didn't even click that one. Slightly better music than normal. What, that second one as well? You like that second one, did you, Stel? Oh, that was some jazzy music. That was for sure. Thanks.
I'll probably get copyrighted on that. They'll probably picked it.
Well, maybe. Thanks, Stel, for choosing the music.
Yeah, probably copyright strike there.
Yeah. Stel's gone a bit quiet in the chat. Jake. Oh dear. That's some fantastic music, that's for sure. But we'll move on into the attacking players. What's the word? Irresistible front 4, I think we'll call them. We will start with Pablo Fornals. Very, very good compared to his performance last week. I didn't think he was he was the best last time out, but a very, very good performance from that man Pablo Fornals, Matt.
No, the Chelsea game he sort of struggled to have any sort of impact, whereas I thought he was brilliant yesterday.
Yeah.
He's been very underrated, and he's been a bit like Marmite in our team. Some people really like Fornals, some people don't. But he's sort of playing off that right-hand side, and he's great on the counter. You always get the work ethic, always gets up and down, helps out defending, and he's passing with the guys, the other attacking players. The only thing is, he should have. He's a couple of times he could have had a shot and he didn't. That would
Yeah.
be my only thing. A bit like
It's
Soufal
almost.
behind him.
I
He's
was
just
literally
like,
just about to say that. Just about to say that. He gets a bit, he was in such a fantastic position, and then he just, I don't know what happens. He just does not look confident in front of goal, and let's hope that that's what that's what he's working on, with
like
Moyes, because I feel
he,
he needs to work on that.
I say even when he set up Antonio and Antonio missed, I still felt in that position he should have shot. I don't know if he intentionally pinged it into Antonio or he shot and missed. He hit Antonio and Antonio kicked his standing foot and should have scored. Even there, I was thinking, look, the gap's opened up, have a shot. But I can't fault him too much. I'll give him an 8. I thought he's been really underrated. You know what? Ever since he's come in, I liked him since day one. I thought when he came in, I thought really typical-esque number 10. And he came in and you were like, for what a Spanish number 10, they're not supposed to be defensive, hard-working, getting stuck in. And he's really just excelled. Had a bit of trouble when Moyes first come in. He got dropped for Lanzini. And then ever since then, really, he's almost like one of Moyes' first names on the team sheet now. Moyes just knows what you'll get in both directions, which is what Moyes loves.
He loves him.
It's another solid game. 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I completely agree. Thank goodness Jake found an easy to remember link. Well, I've got the URL for you. You can just push it. I think it's an hyperlink because I got a spanner. Me and Toby were the Spanner brothers, but I've got the URL thing on there, but it doesn't seem to pick it up anyway. Just click that and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Greatly appreciated. And I said it on there because we had Dan from the cricket field end come on, and me and Anton put the same. Without realising it, we put the same opposition fan. Great lads, Dan. It was great, and on here on his preview as well. Fantastic. 8. So we're going for Fornals 7. Solid performance alongside Soucek and Lanzini. Fornals 9 is the engine that drives the offence and tracks back like a beast. Fornals, we're going for some 9s. Scott, Fornals 8 played well, had as usual shank for a shot that hit his shins first. Oh, he always has a nosebleed, bless him, when he gets in. He needs to get more clinical in front of goal. That's what he needs to work on. 8, he did run his socks off completely, as he always does. Fornals 8, solid. Fornals is underrated, 8. Fornals broke up the play further up the pitch. Masterclass by Moyes. No, 9.5. You love a bit of Fornals, but come on, Stell, it's 9 or 10. I like this. Fantastic Fornals 8. I like it. Fornals is class 8. Garino, hope you're well. Fornals 9. He won the ball for the equaliser. Yeah. Let's have a look here. Yeah, very, very good performance from him again. I don't think any of the players had an absolute stinker. That's for sure. Toby's ready one more for the heat. Oh dear. What's this? Still, Jake Silvers with the tech stuff. I'm not around. No. Everything's going on. Comments are being put up for me. It's lovely. Yeah, never mind, Toby. Everything's happening. I'm used to clicking the buttons, but to be fair, I'm still am. But right. A good game for Fornals. The man has been freed. Scott, I know you're in the chat. Hashtag Benrahma is free. Now we will rate the man. What a performance. Sorry, Benrahma. Oh, fantastic performance. What's this? Richard, still suffers with tech if I'm not about when they go. A fantastic performance, a superb assist, and he was just buzzing around. Here we go. Let's get them stats up. The West Ham results when Benrahma starts. 1-11, drew 3, lost 1. That's all you need to know. Sorry, Benrahma, Matt.
I said Lanzini was man of the match, and I stick to that, but I've given him some rating. I give him a 9. I thought that was by far his best performance in a West Ham shirt. But I mean, we've been sitting there for a while, Jake, and saying, he needs to start a game. He needs more playing time. We keep saying, these 10, 5, 6, 7, 8 minute runs he was getting at the end of the games wasn't enough. And they had a defensive midfielder and a right back on their right hand side, and they couldn't deal with him. They didn't even have an attacking player out there. They had Brownhill, who's generally like a box-to-box holding midfielder, a bit like a Rice or a Soucek. And with him in front of Matt Loughton, they couldn't handle him. If Benrahma wanted to get in the box, he got in the box. If Antonio was 2 inches taller, he'd have scored the third when Benrahma nearly picked out the bottom corner.
And to take into consideration as well, he's on Ramadan. He's been on pretty much nothing, and just to put that performance, how they they allowed him a break to down some food and have some water. But superb performance from him. I was so happy that he put in a performance. I was literally, I've never wanted a West Ham player to score so much when he put that ball. I think it was meant for a cross for Antonio, but millimeters away from the goal, millimeters away. That would have been fantastic. But this is the Benrahma fan club. This side, I don't know whether you, Matt, but this side of the Benrahma fan club.
We said we always knew that he'd eventually succeed, and he was just waiting for that chance, and he had it. And like I was about to mention as well the Ramadan thing, but wouldn't have been easy for him. But he's come in, put in that performance. I saw some people have a cheeky dig on Twitter, basically saying that like Antonio stole his goal. Because if you go back and see this is the second one, that cross was just going in the bottom corner anyway. And Pope hadn't moved. But at centre forward, you stick it in the back of the net. You don't wait around for, it might go in.
Oh, come on. That's it, Stel. Think positive.
But look,
I'm convinced. I am. Dan, Cricketfield NTV, hope you're well. I hope you're well, Dan. Let's see his comment. He says he was class, outplayed us down our right hand side when I said we are weak. Him and Antonio were class. He'd get a 9 from me. Yeah, thanks for coming in and giving us a comment, Dan. But yeah, I don't think anything's dropped below an 8.5. I think I saw an 8 is the lowest we'll go. We're going, but let's have a look. 9, best player on the pitch. I can't hear Stel moaning about him giving the ball away. Hashtag Benrahma is free. Fresh fielder Benrahma 8, great game. Where has this absolute menace been? He's been sat on the bench, fresh fielder. Didn't deserve to be subbed, although may have been feeling the effects of a doggy. Yeah, petite. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. But...
I think it might have been planned, to be honest. I think, like you said, with Ramadan and the fasting, and he had to break it in the middle of the game to get some fluids on. I think Moyes probably looked at it and was like, 15 minutes to go, one of them and Antonio's going to come off, just who's more knackered. And in fairness, I think Benrahma did a lot more running in the game than Antonio did. So I think he probably was more knackered. So it was the right decision. I would have liked to have seen him stay on and maybe get a goal. I think he just needs that goal, so he's missing now. But he had a great game yesterday. I can't fault him for it. Yeah,
he did. And I let's just hope, Stel said don't get carried away. He won't play against Everton. I'm convinced he will. I'm convinced, this has worked now and we play some really good football. I'm convinced that he will stick with that. That's going to get clipped and and it'll go back to a back 5 and we'll play 3 in midfield and
back 7.
Yeah, back 7. Declan Rice will sit on the bench. Estelle does say he would have had a 10 if he got the whole game on. I said at half time I can just see Bowen about on the 80th minute or the 70th minute. Bowen coming on for Benrahma, and that's pretty much what happened. But looking back at it, I suppose Antonio he didn't look too knackered, did he? Let's be honest. He didn't look too knackered. Let's have a look. Benrahma 9.5, but 10 if he played the whole game. Yeah, I agree. A good performance from him. Happy to see him succeeding, and let's hope that he can continue his run in the side. But we leave 2 players. 2 players left to rate. We will leave Antonio to last. Firstly, we will rate, as Clip says, the Mancunian Maradona, Jesse Lingard. Happy Hammerat. Oh dear. But Jesse Lingard then. What did you think of his performance?
You know what? I've actually given him the lowest rating out of the attacking players. I'm giving Lingard a
Fair.
7. And
I mean,
in fairness,
that ain't too shabby though, is it? It's not too shabby.
and it was probably nothing against him. You know what? I bet quietly, inwardly, he was probably quite happy that for the first time in about 2 months, he didn't have to do it on his own.
Mm.
You know, Cresswell coming
Yeah.
on the left-hand side opened up the space down the left, and Antonio coming in gave him an actual focal point to play off up front. I think that was a big thing for them. So when Benrahma and Fornals and Lingard were getting on the ball, Jesse wasn't like Lingard wasn't having to pick up the ball and think, you know what, I'm going to have to try and run in behind or run at them and make something happen here. He was like, I can actually just, you know, there was a lot of times, especially in the first half, where like Lanzini was feeding it into Lingard, and Lingard was looking up and going, oh, well, I can feed it out to Fornals, or I can feed it out to Benrahma, or I can just feed it into Antonio. And he was like, oh, I haven't got to go and do it on my own today. So I'm a bit harsh. Maybe I should have given, I've said a 7, maybe I should have given an 8, but I just think it wasn't that he had a bad game. I just think that everyone else, for once, brought themselves up to his level. So maybe 7.5. Maybe I should have said an 8. But it was like, for once, everyone pulled themselves up to him. So rather than him having to drag everyone else and the team along, all of a sudden the players have come back, the more attacking styles come in, and everyone's played up alongside his level. But he didn't have a bad game. He didn't have an amazing solo effort game. It's probably nice for him for once to have a nice unstressful game. Maybe the pressure wasn't on him.
Maybe. Let's take some comments then. Scott says, I'll scroll up in just a second. Scott says, Lingardinho sits quiet game, but others stepped up to the plate, which was good to see. He'll be back to his best for Everton. I hope so. Happy Hammerat says, Lingard 7. Haven't seen much of him in the last couple of games. If he isn't scoring goals, then seems quiet. I agree with that. Happy Hammerat. Messi Lingard 8. Anton Stel says the thing with Lingard is he brings the best from the other players. For that, he deserves an 8 or 9. He constantly pressed. He did constantly press, that's for sure. Lingard 7 for me, done well considering he wasn't at his best. David says, give Lingard a 7. Was so good. Is opposition worrying about Lingard? Give other West Ham players more space.
That's a fair point.
Vegeta says 6, but just for this match game for Lingard decrease since next 2 matches. But a pretty good. Not his best. That's spot on, nameless, faceless moderator. It actually made me laugh watching him chasing about 4 players down at full sprint. Yeah, definitely right. Lingard quiet game overall, not worth 20. Oh, for goodness sake. Come on, Stel. You're messing around with us now. He's negotiating,
isn't he? He's trying to drive the price down.
Yeah.
Someone won't negotiate. Someone's got to do it. we just take our percentage off the top as Iron United, you know.
Yeah, it all comes down to us. Toby, you know who it is, fella. Usually Anton uses the word fella, talking sense I am, but I don't know. Who is it? I don't know. May the fourth be with you. Which one then, Matt? Which one do you reckon likes Star Wars more, Stella or Ant? 50-50 chance.
I bet it's still. You know what? I bet it is.
Yeah, oh dear. Yeah, but here we go. Don't listen. Wrong. Don't listen to. Oh, yeah. All right, Stell. All right. I can see it's wrong. Don't listen to Anton.
Can't let it go, can I?
Oh dear. I do know Stell was Anton. Like, so I've had enough of this. Come on, Stell. Come on. But the last player, a surprise return, Stell. A surprise return. I did have a funny feeling that he'd come back in, and he did. And what performance he did, that he put in. A brace and a very, very good performance. But let's give him a rating. It's that man, the beast up front, Mikel Antonio. Yeah. Antonio. Oh, what a performance. What a performance from that man. Coming back from injury, straight back in the starting lineup. I did have a sneaky suspicion that it would happen, and it did. Very, very good performance. 23 goal contributions in his last 27 games for West Ham, 17 goals and 6 assists. Anton's reeling off the stats tonight. But Matt, superb. Is he getting in the prestigious West Ham Irons United 10 player rating club? No.
No, I gave him a 9. I was sitting in between the 9 and the 10. And I was like, you know what am I going to give him? I'll give him a 9.
Yeah. Me and Dan discussed it because I'm from the cricket field, and I said, will Matt give him a 10? But no, he's given him a 9. We're seeing a lot of 0.5s coming in tonight, but come on and sum his performance up for us then, Matt. Just superb.
He just makes the team, like, I don't want to say play differently, because it's not like a team playing with a target man, like if Andy Carroll played and we just played long to him. But his ability to occupy 2 defenders and hold the ball up, and actually, I do mean actually hold it up to bring other players into play, just changes the way we play. Because all of a sudden, it's not, we've got to counter attack and make this passy stick, and like, you know, the long balls are just aimed up to Bowen, and Bowen doesn't do anything with it. All of a sudden, those balls, Antonio competes for them. He challenges. He may not win every one, but you know he's going to win 1 in 2.
Yeah.
And it just brings us further up the pitch. So then you can bring the attacking players in. You haven't got to worry about playing so many defenders and then 3 attackers, because you know that basically you're just hoping for a pick a ball off and try and counter attack. You know that you can have people further up to play off him. And you know what? Still I've saying this, that he's not a centre forward. He was like, you know, Antonio's not a striker. I've said it for a long time, but you can't deny the fact that the 2 goals he scored last night were poacher finishes. Those 2 goals are 2 goals that a centre forward scores. They were late runs into the box to get into a good attacking position. I think if he'd got a hat trick, I probably would have given him a 10.
Yeah, that's just dangling it there, isn't it, Matt? That's just dangling that there. But yeah, fantastic performance from him.
He was unlucky.
He had that fantastic performance
when he kicked against his standing foot.
If he would have just got his leg away.
Yeah, if he scored that, he'd have got 10. But
yeah.
But he was told to stay in the box rather than running down the flanks, which was great. And the point I was sort of making with Benrahma, that I thought one of them would come off for Bowen, and Benrahma did more running, and that's not Antonio's fault. That's because we now have mobility in our midfield, so you don't. Antonio doesn't have to run the channel every time, because you've got Fornals, Lingard, Benrahma, Bowen, whichever one of the 4. They've all got legs. They've all can run. So if you play balls down the channel and you want people to go pressing the fullbacks, Antonio doesn't have to make a run sprinting the whole way across the back line to press all 4 defenders. The other players can do it. And it meant that he could focus more being down the middle. So come the 75th minute, 80th minute, I made the point on the live stream that I was like, he's stayed on because he still looks threatening. Whereas I remember when we had that Aston Villa game earlier in the season and he came back too early and we were like, well, he looked knackered after about half an hour, and at half time he came off injured again.
Yeah.
And he didn't today, and he didn't yesterday, sorry. And it's working, you know. I think Henri made a point. I only read it, I didn't see it live, but he made a point on Sky Sports last night as part of the Monday Night Football. He said if Antonio had been fit more of the season, he's like, we'd be in that top 4. We wouldn't be competing for it, we'd be solidly in it. Because he's like, Antonio just does stuff no one else does. He's got pace and power, and defenders can't handle it.
Neil says 9.5. These 0.5s. Antonio, he's given him 9.5. Should have at least had a hat trick. Yeah, I agree. There we go. West Ham all-time Premier League goal scorer is Di Canio, 47. He needs 2 more. I saw a graphic on it earlier.
3 in his last 4 to get there. 3 goals in his last 4 games to get there before the end of the season.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. All for yeah. Check out Anton's West Ham Daily earlier on as well. Fox in the box. All 45 goals scored within the box. Fox in the box.
It's not a dig, but I'm not being funny. His long range shooting is absolutely abysmal. It is. If he shoots outside the box, am I right? This ain't going in. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It's almost like because he's outside the box, he thinks he has to hit it harder. And every time he hits the ball outside the box, it ends up in like Rose Ed. He gets so much power on it, it just like sails over the button. Yeah. It's like once he's in the box, he doesn't have to hit it as hard because he's closer to the goal. So he just strikes it cleanly and scores. Whereas like it's outside the box, he's like, oh, I've got to really hit this to get the distance to get it in, and just absolutely launches it. But you know what? I'll take it. He scores goals. That's what we need.
Yeah, I completely agree. Freshfielder says Antonio 8, just his presence was a huge boost and should have scored more than 2. Welcome back. I completely agree. Lots of 8s are coming in. 8 because it's amazing he got 2 goals, but even more amazing that he didn't get a hat trick. I know. I can't believe he messed that up. Eamon says Antonio adds another dimension. I just can't understand how he doesn't get in the England squad because he would add another dimension in there. Also, I think from a West Ham perspective, I think we don't want him going out there, do we? We want him fully in the West Ham.
Selfishly, no.
Yes, selfishly, that's for sure. But fantastic performance from pretty much all of the men out there. That is the starting lineup done. There was just one sub made. Benrahma off, Jared Bowen on. He had a little bit of time, but let's see whether we can give him a rating. Let's rate Jared Bowen. It's hard for subs, isn't it, Matt? But what are you going to give him?
You know what? I've probably harsh. I gave him a 6. I don't think he had much time to impact the game. I thought what he done was quite well. He didn't have long. He only come on for about 10, 11, 12 minutes. But
yeah,
he done well. He won a few fouls and he done well to put a couple of runs on to take the pressure off us. But for the most part, at that point, we were sort of set and we're just letting them try and attack and try and break us down. So I suppose if he'd have been a defender that come on, I probably would have given him a better rating.
Yeah.
Because he probably would have involved more. But we said that a few times. Like we said that the last couple of weeks against Benrahma as well, that he's come on and it's been more defending than attacking. That's nothing against Bowen. I just don't think he come on at the best time in the game to impact it.
Yeah. Mike, regular on my channel. I didn't see this comment been put up for me. Hello, mate. I'm live from my hospital bed. Yeah, you had your knee operation today. Hope it went well, mate. I did say Antonio for me. From the list of 4 you gave me, he gets 9. I would have been 10 if it wasn't for the miss. Yeah, yeah. Top goal scorers this season: 9 goals for Soucek, Lingard, and Antonio. Bowen is behind with 8. You wouldn't think that because I don't think he really gets noticed for his goals, but he does ping them in. Greener says Toby Sampson, geez, sounds like a scene at a Jurassic Park. Looking for you saying he's fast as like a femboy. You're having your own chat. In there. This is like the West Ham Weekly. We just completely just go off on absolute tangents about anything and everything. But yeah, right. So there's only, we've done the players, we've done the subs, so it's time to rate the gaffer, and I feel like we're going to have some good ratings today. But before we do, let's have a look at what you guys are saying about Bowen. Happy I'm right says 7, full of energy when he came on. Bowen 6, 7. Let's scroll up a bit. Bowen 8, no issues. Bowen 6, looked lively and plenty dangerous when he came on. Bowen 6, he was there and he didn't cock up. Lost me money. Oh dear. Jake, I'm not here for the shows. I just like talking to my new mates. I know, Toby. I know you. You tell us about that. Yeah, but make sure you tune into the flagship show of West Ham United. It could be a Sunday, it could be a Monday, it could be 9 o'clock, it could be 7 o'clock. But turn the notification bell on so you're notified when we go live and when Stel goes on. And you never know when it could be. So and your Sunday, your Monday evening could be absolutely sorted for 3 hours. Let's have a look. Oh dear. Moyes, brave enough to change it up, but would have put Lanzini at central midfield if Noble had been fit. We will discuss that. We will discuss that just now, but it's time to rate the gaffer a fantastic team performance. Hello, everything's just fell down there. We're live, but let's don't know what's happened here. Let's rate David Moyes. All of my books are falling on the floor, but oh dear, anyway. Let's rate Moyes then. Fantastic team performance. Fantastic starting lineup. But he's got to have the credit. Without my show, this channel would be dead. Yeah, all right. Fantastic show, though. You should check it out. But yeah, I reckon maybe not dead. The channel won't be dead. But David Moyes then, a high rating for him this week, I presume.
Well, he's actually joined that illustrious club. He can have a 10 this week.
Hey, I tell you what, we need a graphic. We need like some fireworks or something when Matt gives a 10. There is a 10 for that man. David Moyes, all the way from Scotland. Tell you what, he's eating his haggis tonight and he's like, my work's done. Matt on Irons United just gave me a 10. My work is done. Fantastic. He put in. Go on.
I was going to say, if you go back and watch the match day live yesterday, the team came in and we were all like genuinely we were all speechless. Like we didn't know what to say. We were like, that team. I know, like you can maybe argue, subs, injuries made him forced it. But we had that. Don't remember, we had a few weeks back. We had injuries, and he literally put like 7 defenders on the pitch and went with like just 3 up front. He had like defenders in the midfield. He was like, "No, I'm not attacking." And to that yesterday, he literally just went, "You know what?" He went, "Forget trying to keep us in the game and then get the attackers in." He went, "I'm just going out from the front." Now he only made one sub in the second half, but that was only really the only real sub he could actually make. Because we didn't have any subs. Like, it was the only attacking sub on the bench was Bowen, so he freshed up one set of legs. But the football we played, the attacking, that's everything you want to see. That was proper entertaining football. And the fact we got so many plaudits from Burnley fans and even Sean Dyche himself. Sean Dyche said in his interview after the game yesterday, he went, "I thought we played a really good game. West Ham were just better." He went, "They're chasing the Champions League."
Yes, Anton, I like that. Oh yeah, well done. I like that from Sabina. We have 5 mugs of tea whilst we wait for Stell to come on his West Ham Weekly. Let's put that back on there. Yeah. But I mean, we have video strike coming up. Oh well. Anton's done it on the spot, just like that. Right. We're having the debate. Stell in, Stell out. Shake it all about. Eamon says, "Stell, with some of your shows going off for so long, I'm surprised some fans ain't passed over." Only joking. Love your shows, really. Oh dear. Right. So we go Matt and Anton in, Stell out. What happens to me? Am I just like mediocre? I just sit here and I'm just there. But we're going from one extreme to the other. Stell out, Matt and Anton in. I like it. What's this? I like playing that the Stell drinking game. You have to down a drink when he says or there you go. You get wasted by the next show's still running. Oh dear. These comments, oh my lord. Oh, see, you can't get copyright strike for a GIF.
No, not for a GIF.
Anton knows. Anton knows. Anton's got it all in him. Stella's feeling the love. Yeah. Oh dear. Right then. So let's just Right, Stell's saying to stop. Toby's saying to stop bickering with the same username. People are going to think the show's chat was run by a lunatic. Oh dear. Well, yeah. Right. The spanner. Toby has told us. He's told us to stop bickering. Oh, we are not worthy to rate you. Thanks, Neil. Jacob Matt 9.999. He's run by. The Scottish. Right. Last person we're going to rate. Fantastic for Moyes. He gets the 10. Get in there. Where is it? Just one more time. He gets the 10. There he is. Get in. But we're going to rate this man. The referee, Anthony Taylor. What are we going to give him then?
You know what? I'm giving him an 8. I keep saying it every week. Every week that we come on here and you don't know who the ref is, he's done a good job.
Yeah.
I said for me, I still think the penalty was a penalty. I thought he gave bookings when they needed to be given. He tried to let the game play when he could. I thought, you know what? When a ref is quiet and you're not talking about any of the decisions, the ref had a good game. So,
yeah,
it's probably one of the best refereeing games we've had this season, where we're not talking about any sort of decision really harshly or anything like that. So, in fairness to Anthony Taylor, I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, he was good. I feel he had, the penalty, I think, as you said, it was the penalty, and no one really noticed him out paying guy. He was awful, kept, and he let the game run, didn't he? I feel he just let it run. It wasn't a free kick. Ref 8 didn't notice him. Well done, ref. 9, I can't remember the ref at all. Taylor lets things go and Taylor lets things go and played on. But again, I think VAR should have overturned that penalty 1% better than the last few games. Yeah, I agree. Ref 8, solid game. Ref 9, and Stel says didn't notice the ref, so 9. Yeah, fantastic. But that wraps up the player rating show. But I haven't forgotten. There's going to be some percentages coming in here now. Right, let's have a look at these images again. Matt, are you ready? Rate me.
Awful pictures.
They're all right. And rate Matt. What do you think of the show? Get it in the comments. And yes, Stel's going to say you were 1 minute late. That's -10. But he's going to say you haven't mentioned Masuaku, so that's a +5. So let's see what Stel says. Right. Jake 10, Matt 10. There you go. See, we must be doing something right. Anton -10 being Scottish. It's just a weekly. It's just he's mad at the teenager, and they say robot are the sensible ones. Of course, Masuaku gets a -10, and Anton saying Stel gets a -1 and lots of numbers.
That's even a number, is it?
I don't know. Plenty of numbers in there, but that wraps up the show. Another very good. Here we go. WMP's got it. Jam gets a 10, but that wraps up another win for the lads. David Moyes is loving life, and as we move on to Everton next week, another massive game, isn't it, Matt? But if we win that, we're gonna. If we win that, we're gonna get European football.
It's laid down for him. He knows. He knows. Another win, and we're guaranteed some form of European football next season. Probably 2 or 3 wins out of the last 4. We probably get Champions League. It's the gauntlet's laid down for now. But you know what? It's fair to Moyes. I think Declan Rice said it 7-8 games ago. They went, if we get single figures and we're still in it, then we know we're right in this race. And we're down to less than 5 games. There's 4 games to go, and we're still there. So look, let's just try and enjoy the ride. Whatever happens, it's been an amazing season. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Win this, and it's nailed on European football. There you go, Stel. Hello, here we go. What's going on here? Everything's happening here. There's the man, Pablo Fornals. Oh, and I've clicked on it again. But thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe. All of you 64 people watching. We've had some good numbers tonight. Thank you very much. What's this? Something about Astragugu. Astragugu are leading after the first leg of the Romania Cup semi-final. They could be in the conference. Well, we're not getting conference.
Oh, no.
Matt's like, oh no.
Not Astragugu again.
That's like West Ham clips. That's like West Ham.
That dog's got his PTSD coming in.
yeah. Subscribe to the channel if you could as well. Subscribe to my channel as well, West Ham Unofficial. That would be greatly appreciated. Whacked in the chat now. Thank you very much. Any last words, Matt?
Hopefully we get the win next week and come back on and give some 9s and 10s again.
Yeah, and David Moyes will be back with his gif going like this. Anyway, better off playing AstraZeneca. Yeah, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment after the live stream has finished, and turn the post notification bell on as well, because you never know when the West Ham daily is going to be. If it's Anton, it's usually straight after Russ at 1:15. If it's Stell, it could be anytime.
9 o'clock
between 1 and 3, but it'll be there. Don't worry, it'll be there. Please subscribe to all the channels. Get it out there. And we'll be back next week for another player rating show. There's that easy to remember link again. Look, I've tried. Oh no, because I put in the wrong one. Hang on. Look, I'm gonna make this easy for you, Stel. Right, I'm gonna put this in here. Right. I've just put it in there. Look, that's the videos one. So it's youtube.com/WestHam official/videos. That's a bit better for you. That's a bit better for you, Stel, because
Still remember that one?
Make it easy. Make it easy for you. There you go. Anyway, we're gonna go. Thank you very much. Come on, you irons, and goodbye.